a year. That's each individual school will get that amount of money. The numbers that we have heard coming out now for the Pac-12 are in the mid-30s.
Sure.
And if that's the case, you're not going to have Oregon and Washington around to kick around any longer.
And those four teams, whomever else in the Pac-12, is watching USC and UCLA going to the Big Ten. You talked about that 30 to 35 million per year. They're going to get 60 to 65, maybe 70 million a year, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The hell with the travel. The hell with the issue of Rutgers taking on USC.
Correct.
It's all about the dinero.
Correct.
They're making $30 to $40 million more than they would if they stayed in the Pac-12. So you can't tell me that Colorado, as woeful as they are, but you got prime time as that big draw for that team.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got talk about the Southwest presence of having U of A and ASU who could help capture some of that Southern California market. And then you've got your Oregon and Washington who clearly are in the top four of the teams in that Pac-12. I'm surprised, Jimmy, that those teams have not moved on. And I think those presidents are watching.
They are.
George Kliavkoff and what he's doing or not doing in reference to having any kind of a package.
All right, let me give you another quote from Kliavkoff. I can't believe I said his.
Boy, Jimmy.
Yeah, I know.
That fine broadcaster you are.
Oh, boy, that was frightening that it came out correctly. This is another one of his statements when he was asked if indeed they are concerned about other conferences and what Manuch just touched on, the Big 12, trying to poach any of the Pac-12 teams. And here's his response, and I'm going to quote now. It's not a concern. Our schools are committed to each other, and the Pac-12 will get our media rights deal done. We'll announce the deal. I think the realignment that's going on in college athletics will come to an end for this cycle. Is this guy on crack?
What alternative universe is this guy on?
Man.
All he's saying, Jimmy, is what's politically correct, what the presidents want him to say, so he doesn't, that there's no threat. There's a major threat. Yeah. How can you say that when you had University of Southern California and UCLA? Talk about your Southern California market.
Yep.
I understand if you get San Diego State and you capture that. That's the San Diego market. Those two leave, you're not going to have the SoCal market. So all that is commissioner speak.
It is.
That's all it is.
Yep.
He's just saying, no, there's nothing to see there. Well, did you see where Texas and Oklahoma are going, George? Did you see where two of your top dogs, the two top dogs in your conference, are going? Again, for him to say that, Jimmy, I'm sorry. It is embarrassing he says that. It is irresponsible. But you know what, Jimmy? What's he going to say? He has to say it. So I think there was a guy in the background there in the back row hearing something like that. And when the guy gagged to ask the next question, so these guys are peppering questions at him right now.
They are.
It doesn't make any difference. But he's in a no-win situation.
He is. He's caught with his pants down.
He's in a you had Larry Scott left this conference is a mess right now in reference to its ranking in the Power Five and its media and all the above.
But Manuch, when Brett Yormark got the job with the Pac-12, he came in guns blazing. He was proactive from the get-go to make sure that he didn't run into any of these issues. Kliavkoff. Thank you. That dude is lost in space. He still seems to think that the Pac-12, without the two Southern California schools, is a terrific entity and that they're all going to just be one happy family after those two schools leave. It's not going to be the case.
Jimmy, was his did it say if his nose was growing? Was his nose growing while he was at the conference?
I missed that.
Was that Pinocchio? It was, yeah.
Oh, man.
Geppetto.
Oh, boy. All right, everybody.